Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashar Allah. Kol Haloyam La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakah Kodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwath that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. It's your brother Obadiah coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears." Right? This devil, right, who is Esau Edom, devil meaning deceiver, right? This devil that the Most High allowed to be loosed for a little season to deceive the nations, right, is an extremely vile individual. When the Most High allowed this devil to basically reign over this earth, wickedness increased, right? And go to the book of First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 9 says, "And after his death," the his is speaking about Alexander, the so-called great, right? But after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth, right? So the Most High let this devil loose for that reason, right? To basically be as wicked as he possibly can be, right? Leading up to the ultimate day of wickedness, which is Jacob's trouble, or the time of wickedness rather, which is Jacob's trouble when the Most High lets this devil loose, right? But don't get it twisted, man. The so-called white man, the real so-called white man, right? And when I say the real, because just because you got translucent skin does not necessarily mean you are Esau Edom. It's a spirit thing, right? Really, you are who your father is, to be all the way real, according to the scriptures, right? But you have some so-called black men that look like so-called white men. You got some so-called black men that look like every nation under the sun. Right? You got Israelites that look like every nation under the sun, because we've been scattered to the four corners, right? But that real so-called white man, that Edomite, right? Because Esau, he did the same thing. He scattered himself, right? Just on some spitefulness, right? But that real Edomite, man, that dude vile as hell, right? Wicked as hell, right? So I'm gonna let the video play, and I'll be back.
A killer was able to offend for 15 years without coming under suspicion because of serious failings at hospitals where he worked. An inquiry has found David Fuller abused bodies in mortuaries in the Kent and Sussex Hospital and Tunbridge Wells Hospital between 2005 and 2020. He's currently serving a life sentence for the murder of 2 women. And a warning that this report from Martha Fairley has some distressing and upsetting details of Fuller's crimes.
I am admitting the offences, but I don't really want to go into detail.
For 15 years before his arrest, hospital electrical supervisor David Fuller was able to access and sexually abuse at least 100 deceased women and girls at 2 hospitals in Kent. His youngest victim was just 9, the oldest 100. In 1 year alone, he used his swipe card to enter the mortuary 444 times, offending 20 times. One former colleague claims bosses at Maidstone and Tunbridge Wells NHS Trust weren't interested.
Now, I'm not saying the security officer knew what was going on, because they didn't, as far as I know. They want you to report things, but when you report them, they don't want to know. They just close their eyes to it.
Today, the independent inquiry into the issues raised by Fuller's case revealed multiple failures by the NHS Trust bosses.
Senior management of the Trust had been aware of problems with the running of the mortuary from as early as 2008. but there is little evidence that effective action was taken to remedy these issues or that the Trust Board paid any attention to the mortuary.
The report makes 17 recommendations to prevent a repeat of similar crimes, including ensuring all non-mortuary workers are accompanied by staff, an end to the practice of leaving the deceased out of fridges overnight or during maintenance, CCTV cameras installed in the mortuary and post-mortem room, and the Trust must treat the deceased with the same dignity as other patients.
Well, the NHS is responsible for looking after patients, and caring for them when they're alive, but they also have a responsibility for care for patients when they've died. Certainly society would expect the NHS to be doing that, and I think most of the NHS would be expecting that as well.
The NHS Trust has apologised, saying it's already made improvements.
We've made many changes at our hospital since Fuller's offending came to light, and I'm confident that our mortuary today is safe and secure. But nonetheless, we're going through the details of Jonathan's report and will take any further actions that are required.
In its next phase, the inquiry will look at how the wider NHS and other settings provide care for the deceased. Martha Fairley, ITV News.
A killer was able to offend for 15 years without coming under
Necrophilia demon. That's a damn shame. Right? This damn devil, man. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave." So these individuals that got that mindset of, you only live once, do whatever it is you want to do in life because you only got this one life to live. But you got some vile individuals in this earth. And that mindset is nonsense in itself, especially when you go in the scriptures. And you understand that the spirit doesn't die, the flesh does. So you live several lives, right? But we're talking about the ungodly right now. Right? Verse 9 says, "Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness," right? Or pleasures, right? So whatever your pleasure is, do it, right? Note now, once again, we're speaking about the ungodly. It says, "Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this." Right? And Esau's lot is to be extremely wicked, man. You got to be a vile individual to where a person can't leave a dead body around you. Right? Because you get aroused by it, man. Yeah. Illness, man. I mean illness, right? Let me go to the book of Job, and I'll close out with this. Job chapter 30, right? These are the same individuals who created book breaking during the transatlantic slave trade and so many other vile atrocities, right? Job chapter 30 and verse 1, it says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock." And because this devil going to do all kind of violence to this dog, to this animal, right, to this beast, right? Straight up, man. This devil is something serious, man. And this the same devil who's in charge. Job 9:24, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he?" This the person that's in charge. This the person who tells you what your morality should and shouldn't be in this world. This the person that tells you don't listen to them Hebrew Israelites, man. They crazy. Those are conspiracy theories. And that's who these people in this earth look up to and follow and believe wholeheartedly. Right? These are the people that you go vote for every 4 years. Right? These are the people who you want to rule over you. Crazy, man. Right? Verse 5 in Job chapter 30 says, "They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief." Right? Because they beasts and they act like beasts. We had to teach them to be civil, but before we had to teach them to be civil, they had to get the hell on. Right? It says, "To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and in caves of the earth and in the rocks." These cave dwellers, these Cajuns of Kar, like the elder Elder Malcolm says from Chicago. These Cajuns of Caw. Right? It says, among the bushes they braid. That word braid means like the sound a donkey makes. So that means that they didn't even have a righteous language that they spoke. They were literally beasts, animals, right? Uncivilized beasts, right? That laid with their animals. Counting them out, they so-called kings and dukes and things of such had their animals in the same bed as them, right? Sound familiar, don't it? I'm just saying, right? But it says, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. These vile beasts, man. These are the individuals who are ruling over us. But these are also the individuals that the Most High is going to do away with. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Righteousness will rule, and when righteousness rules, then the people will rejoice. Because right now the people are in mourning. They are mourning because we living in a wicked ass world, man. And it ain't gonna get no better. As long as these people are in charge, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Right? Yahweh Shai gonna have to come make that thing right. And he on his way. The time of the Gentiles is almost fulfilled. So with that, Yahweh Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Holoyim La, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakha Kodash Shalom Yashar Allah.